Hi. Um, so I know I normally play 14, but considering how Endwalker has kind of thrown the whole game into a tizzy and it's kind of hard to get into the game, I decided to take a look at some of the other games I wanted to play. Um, Today, I want to take a look at the Forgotten City. And I seem to be having a trend of games that are kind of like time loop based. Hold on. Time loop based. Hang on. Like Outer Wilds and 12 Minutes, and I think literally a third game, but I can't remember what it is. But in any case, today we're going to be taking a look at the Forgotten City. This was a Skyrim mod that became its own fully fledged game on, I think, on Unreal. So I'm interested to see what that looks like. But first, a few things. Since last stream, I mentioned that I purchased some of the stuff from my store.streamelements.com/soromoto. Store.streamelements.com/soromoto. Just to see what they would look like, and I'm glad I did because I actually am gonna need to make some changes to some of the stuff I'm selling there. But since then, they've actually all arrived in the mail, came to me in really, a pretty secure packaging. The first thing I want to show off is the mug. That's what this looks like. I think I showed this out the last time. Got a little Charlie's face on it. I actually like the way this came out, but I think the red needs to be a bit lighter because it's kind of got washed out. It looks different from the way that I have it, but I wanted the red to be a bit brighter. But that's my fault because I wasn't sure what that was gonna turn out to be. Next, I got each of the shirts. I got them in different colors. This is the long sleeve shirt. In the heather gray. I actually like the way this came out. The red on it actually came out really nicely. The little stamp here with the logo on it feels like it's pretty good quality. It's pretty thin shirt, but it doesn't feel like the thing's gonna fade on it anytime soon. But we'll see. We'll see after a few washes. I just got this in like yesterday. But it's really nice. But I wanted to see what it would look like just to figure out, like, is the logo, if did I put it like too big, or is it off center or something like that. But I think it's a nice clean print, I think. And last is the shirt, and I actually am glad. This is the reason why I had to change it, is because maybe the design was just too big. I was told to make it smaller, kind of like the long sleeve shirt, but like the red on it has completely faded out, if you can see that. So but you see that the print on it came out really nicely. I did spend like an hour redrawing it so that it would fit on a canvas this big, but the lines on it are like nice and clean. Like there's like lots of like little hard edges, or especially around where I put the ears and stuff like that. So it came out pretty nicely, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and redo these. So if you're interested, I'd say buy the mug. That's probably the most consistent one. But I'm gonna have to change the mug also. But yeah, those are just some of the things I wanted to show off. Store.streamelements.com/soromoto. If you guys are interested, I also brought a puppy with me. She's not a puppy. She's like 5 years old. Hi. Hold on. This is Honey. Hold on. Sit up. You wanna sit up for me? Oh, she's got her Halloween shirt on. This is Honey. Say hi. Say hi. She's stubby. Yeah, go ahead, sit down. She's getting a little rascally, and I have headphones on, so you'll probably hear her before I do, or I'll try to pay attention. Let's be honest, I'm not going to pay attention to the audio feed. But yeah, she's staring at me, right? She's just staring at me. If I don't pay attention to her, she's gonna like start screaming at me. But yeah, she's one of Charlie's puppies. I know I mentioned it in a stream before, but not since I started streaming with like face cam and like on the PC, which is what I consider to be actually streaming ever since I got like affiliate. But all the dogs that are on my merch and stuff like that is based off of my dog Charlie. He's the first dog I ever had. I lost him about a year ago, and ever since then I changed all my stream logos and designs to, to match his face. Back then it was like just a chicken that I used to draw a lot as a kid. Which I still like, but I like this a lot better. I like having Charlie's face on everything. But this is one of Charlie's puppies. And it was really hard, like, losing him, and I'm glad that I had him for a little bit, at least, and also glad that I was able to get, he was able to leave some people behind, some little puppies behind. Just makes the moving on a bit easier, considering that actually it was almost about a year ago since I lost him, and just a few days actually, they lost their mom, so it's been rough, but hopefully it gets a bit easier. What's up? What is it? Her eyes look a lot bluer when I'm staring at it with the blue light filter glasses. Anyway, we're gonna begin, but I have to change this. That's loud. Alright. We're in. Oh look, it automatically does it as like a... Oh, can I play this with a controller? Oh, I can. Dear content creators, as you'll discover, this game is full of intrigue and plot twists. Please give your audience a spoiler warning before sharing content from beyond the white hallway, so that interested players can fully enjoy the experience for themselves if they wish to. Sincerely, the Modern Storyteller team. Got it, bro. I'm gonna turn the game down for me, cause wow. Nope. Sorry. We'll look at that later. I know. Here. I love it when a game defaults subtitle yes. I feel like only indie games will do that. Why are you sitting all the way down? Like, ow, like that. Are you good? She's just staring at me. Here, let me take this off actually. This jacket also, by the way, came in the mail yesterday. Fucking fantastic. AnimeGearGuru.com for this shit. You're doing pre-orders on these right now for January shipments. I actually thought that this was gonna come in January, but I got it nice and early. Their support team's pretty responsive because I wasn't sure about what size I was gonna get, and I actually might have to switch that out. Or I got a different jacket that I need to switch out for a smaller size, I think. But they were pretty responsive to me the first time that I talked to them. As soon as they get your email, they kind of start responding to you pretty quickly. Alright, are you comfy? Yeah, I feel like... we'll just do this. Okay. This game was developed by a core team of 3 people over 4 years. Your support allows us to continue doing what we love. It rewards thoughtful conversation and exploration, not brute force. The fate of the city is in your hands. Oh, look. It's like Outer Wilds. You start off looking at the moon. Stop it. No. No.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change.
A phone,
so,
huh?
Wanna tell me who you are?
Select my body type. Oh. Let's be a man. Oh, look. Choose which hands you would want. That's probably closer. Ah. Sure. Here you go. That's the name I always choose whenever I play like these types of games.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river?
Beats the shit out of me.
What's the last thing you remember?
Oh. Years of studying history gives you occasional insight into the ancient world. You have a military-issued firearm. Oh my god, there's combat in this game? You'll have to use them judiciously since there's no way to get more. I love this. I like the concept of a game where you only have a certain amount of bullets. I always entertain the idea of having like a horror game where you only have a pistol has like 12 rounds, but there's only ever like 8 bullets throughout the whole game. No, there'd be like 20 bullets throughout the whole game, right? So you load up a clip and then you have the 8 bullets, but that's it. That's all you get. Of course, each encounter would have to be designed so that you didn't have to shoot anything, but it'd be interesting on the first run through. Your time on the run from authorities has made you quick on your feet, and you're 25% faster when sprinting. Your recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold. Holy shit. Making you 50% harder to take down. Let's do this.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Sure.
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
Well, who are you?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute.
I meant your name. Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
What the fuck? Yeah, what the... Right?
Alright, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
All those Karen memes have really ruined that name, huh?
Yeah, something like that. But right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al.
Okay.
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
Okay. Hold on. Let me turn... Oh, dang it. Turn the game up for you guys just a little bit.
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Okay. We're in Italy.
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Well, what are you doing in the middle of the store, in the middle of the woods again?
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
I guess. Alright.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
A flashlight, huh? Ooh. What's my flashlight button? Oh. To see the ejected markers for a given quest, click the eye icon beside it. Okay.
Back already? What's up? Oh, of course. What did you want to know?
Oh, never mind.
What am I? Great. Thanks again.
Cool. An old wooden rowboat. Okay. Oh! Hold on. Yes, please. That's better. Oh, that's the mouse. Okay. Epic. Whatever. You know what? Here, I'll actually change that back just a little bit lower. There you go. Okay. That's my flashlight. I hope I don't need a battery for it. Otherwise, why not just have this on all the time? Wait. Why are those two different buttons? Oh, I'm sorry. She keeps trying to lie down and I keep, like, bothering her. Go ahead. Backpack full of worn hiking clothes and empty food packets. Okay. Nothing back here.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten.
Oh my god. All knowledge of it is lost except in the Latin inscription here. It reads... Oh no, I interrupted the voice line. Hold on. Let's listen to his voice line first. Sorry, I didn't think it was gonna jump me down there. Okay.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten. All knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? The people have survived down there, against the odds. It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
Okay. Thanks, Al. Well, holy shit. Just a little bit. Wait, oh shit. Ancient Roman statue of an unknown man. One hand seems to welcome, the other warns. That's fucked up, dude. Look at it, it's freaking the fuck out. Okay. Let's go. Doesn't appear to be a swim faster button. I can use my flashlight underwater though. Nice. I love a nice good flashlight, by the way. I hate games that have like a flashlight that's just like a tiny circle in the middle of the screen. It's fucking annoying. I like Phasmophobia. I hate playing Phasmophobia. It literally gives me a headache. The game needs more accessibility settings. I know that part of the charm is how scary it is, right? And part of the scare is like how dark it is, but there's a difference between making a game scary dark and like annoying dark. Like this game, pretty good. This is like scary dark. You could make it a little bit darker, that'd be fine. But you have a flashlight, that works. See? Nice illumination of all the background details. Made by 3 people? Not bad. Oh. Hey, what's up, bro? Who? Yeah. Okay. Is it basic to say it's giving me Assassin's Creed Brotherhood vibes? Just because we're in Italy. A Roman gladiator mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? Oh, I was like, was I able to inspect all of them? Just him? Nice. I like his helmet. I wonder if that's... Oh my god! Okay. I was like, I wonder if that's accurate. Oh no. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. What did you just call me? Oh, interesting. There's a little barrier there. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's missing. Is that the gladiator? Oh, there's 2 of them missing. 3. Several. Lots of them. Wow. This place is a shithole. A really cool shithole. I don't know what that's key bound to. Okay, guess I'll never know. Oh, look at that. Is there a range limit? Oh, there is a range limit. Okay. Neat. A Roman military commander attempting to scramble away from something. Oh, he's not fixed to the ground either. A Roman legionary in a state of terror. What is he looking at, though? Oh. I can't fall down. Can I play this game in windowed mode? It doesn't really matter. It's just hard because like the fucking the mouse stops right here. I'm trying to get to my OBS screen, not working. Guess we'll have to make do. A Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. Who? Nothing. Oh.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. In here, there are only two options: death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right, and I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Dang. This must be Al, but how is that possible? He's a statue, and he hung himself. Oh god, there's a life bar. Hold on. Look at water bottles blocking the life bar. Well, okay, this is that type of game. This is the sound I would make if I sorry. This is the sound I would make if I stepped on fire accidentally. Yes. Oh god, are they all alive? Yeesh. This is like some King Midas shit. As if begging his gods for mercy. Is there a crouch button? Sorry, man. Ooh, it's a hell of a thing. Dun 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 dun. Flashlight? Hey, flashlight. Relief. A Roman relief depicting a great circular portal and two women. Oh. That was this. I was like, these are pomegranates. The forbidden fruit.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm canon, I got lost. That's not a lie.
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine? What? I'm speaking Latin.
Oh,
You
okay.
are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine? No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit,
No.
you know, not right in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here. We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March? It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from exactly?
Oh, hey. It's 65. The year 65.
CE? No idea what you're talking about. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine. Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule. And the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Okay.
When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community.
Oh, cool. Auto
Only
walking.
23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's, it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her.
Jesus. It's a very pretty looking game.
Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please. I expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the golden rule. It shouldn't take too long. He's busy preparing for the election later today.
Okay.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs. What now? I'm a legionary of the 1st Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So the magistrate has assigned me other duties. I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughters. Daughter, I should say. And the others, and making sure they're all behaving. I also keep a register of new arrivals. I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself. 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl, and pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People screaming, trampling each other. Then some genetricum fugitive tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then, nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver. But I'm fortunate to be alive, I suppose. Ah, don't be. As Seneca the Younger said, difficulty strengthens the mind, as labor does the body. That said, Scintilla's disappearance has been more difficult than I'd care to admit. He's one of the better commanders I've ever had, that's for sure. Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's words. Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that. I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out. But I learned how to accept my situation. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested.
To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden.
I don't see why not. Just make sure I get it back by tomorrow.
A register of each person in the city in alphabetical order. There's Aurelia, Claudia, Decius, Domitius, Julius, Aquitia, Fabia, Galerius, Georgius, Hannibal, Horatius, Karash, Julia, Livia, Lucretia, Maelius, Navia, Octavia, Rufius, Sentius, Nula. Oh, and it's thank you. I like your fancy fonts, but thank you.
Of course. Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, idea is to ensure order and discipline among everyone. And it works. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like hundred-eyed Argus, wouldn't you? Because your only chance of saving yourself is to stop bad things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check. It's brutal, of course, but effective. Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it. A war crime. Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent. Good. Perhaps we'll make a legionary out of you yet. What's done is done. I was forced to execute my brothers in arms, and those memories will always visit me in my sleep. But life is harsh, and I've come to accept my lot. As with the Golden Rule, I don't have any control over it, so railing against it would be like trying to stop the seasons or the tides. As Seneca the Younger wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing.
This man's a walking
If you like,
quote book.
not that it's any of your business, but my loyalty is and always will be with Sentius. Unfortunately, I don't think my vote is going to make any difference today. See, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with lies, bribery, and intimidation. The man's a savage, but he's a gladiator, so people fear and respect him more than they should. Sentius knows about it, of course, but he doesn't have the same rat cunning as Malleolus. This place will be different with that sleaze at the helm. But I try not to worry about things I can't change. I appreciate the thought, but you're new here, and I just can't see how you could make an impact in the time between now and the election this afternoon. In any case, if you're interested in the election, go and have a chat with Equitia, the Vestal Priestess. She'll be overseeing proceedings. Alright?
Sorry. The game's not boring, it's just I'm tired. I'm like falling asleep though. Also because this one's like asleep on me and like I can't move. Who are you?
Oh, another one fresh out of the baths, I take it. Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want? I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly.
I was.
What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that? Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs.
Okay.
Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
Kind of a bitch, aren't you?
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone. I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the Harpies?
Wait, did I just miss a voice line? I thought. I don't know. Can you tell how a person could have disappeared? Oh.
Why? Because I'm on this couch and not pacing about the villa, wasting energy. I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance.
I don't know. You seem kind of.
Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and never speak to me again. Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out of here? Get out, you horrid barbarian!
Nope.
Are they? We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent.
Can't.
I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Oh, hold on. Sorry. My sister dropped off the other puppy. Come here, Coco. Come here, Coconut. This little one. It's Coco. Say hi, Coco. She's a little harder to get in front of the camera. Hi, Coco. She's a little bit easier to hold. She's like she just kind of melts in your hand. But okay, go over there with your sister. Okay.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die.
Shit.
You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule.
Okay.
It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun...
What counts as a sin?
And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away. An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes, or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy,
trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide. As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Well, I don't think it would be suicide because fucking Al committed suicide. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric? Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well. On occasion, but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
This guy has an answer for every single one of these, doesn't he?
Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
I don't know if that's a strong answer.
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that.
Cult.
Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
Fine.
I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you. You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Okay.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city? I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it. All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future? I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you? Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for. Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Like with your daughter.
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better. Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you, I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance. What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people? I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen. Ah, so you know about that already. It's a devastating loss, of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule, so I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise. Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be eternally grateful. Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you. If I understand Prosepina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
No. Sure.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule? Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Let's see. Create a time paradox.
You've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation? Ask then. Good. Now, was there something... course. What is it? Why then did you say... it doesn't matter. It looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Thank you.
Ugh. Okay.
If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
Well, I'm gonna look at him anyway. A Lorarium. Scintilla expresses her gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. May Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise I will wear it always. Wait. Pendant? The pendant that fucking Horatio's fucking thing got stolen? I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong independent way I know you to be, you'll be re-elected. I'm sure of it.
Do I need to ask her? Do I need to ask?
Fine. Oh shit! Oh man. I mean, in my defense, most of the game didn't have that borders. Sorry, everything had like borders on it. Is there fall damage? Oh, there is. Good to know. She's mad. What was that?
Are they?
Oh, it's him.
What were you two talking about? Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. What's he offering you? Money? Favours? What's your vote worth to him? The spit of a fauna career. We've lined up all the votes we need already. Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it? Good, then stay out of it. Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election. Can't hurt.
Threatening someone count as a sin? Isn't that one of the things he literally said?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me. Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it. I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day. He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight. Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return. Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron. Dunno. Something good. Just make it good. Whatever. Just...
Bitch. There's graffiti. Sensi's and Malleolus, same excrement, different smell.
Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Contrary little cap at murder, aren't you? Nobody's told you about Hannibal? Ugh, why do I have to do everything round here? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway, a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground. And hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie. I saw a creature.
A creature?
Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed. And it was eating Hannibal. If it was a man, maybe. But I swear on my life this was not
a creature.
More like a Strix. Or some Versipalus that feeds on human flesh. I didn't stick around to see which. Well, any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the others. Without a weapon? Well, it's your funeral.
That can't be what... Can't be right. Let's find out what this shit is. What could go wrong? Oh. Peeled statue. End it. The fuck? Where'd it go? Oh! Can you climb out of there? Oh, never mind. Peeled statue. But did he die like that?
Kill me. You. Kill me. Kill me. End it.
This poor guy. Creature! An emaciated human-like creature spattered in gold. It appears to have been crushed to death while entering the cistern from the cave beyond. Can I crouch? Crouch is the left trigger. Oh, is this where I'm supposed to take him? That's fucked up, but let's do it. Where'd he go? I know he's stuck.
Kill me. You. Kill me.
See if we can unstuck him. You're back here. Oh my god. Hey friend, hi. Hi Adriana. Oh, he can't. Okay, there's nothing down here there besides the pendant. I should just get right now. Okay. Maybe I can give him the pendant.
So you survived the cistern. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky. What now? Yeah? What have you got for me? If you set one foot in that villa without permission, I'll skin you alive, you pusilla semitarius mocus.
I can't give him the... This game looks like Skyrim. I love Skyrim. This was actually originally a Skyrim mod called The Forgotten City. And it got so big that they decided to remake the game in Unreal, I think. So you're not that far off. Ceramic ink jar. The ink appears to be made from soot and water. Wow, oh nice. Yeah. Pretty close.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
What's your story?
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?"
Didn't know that, yeah. I don't know when it came out, actually. I think maybe like a year ago or something like that.
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
Okay.
You really don't know? You are from far away, aren't you? Well, I am one of the priestesses, charged with keeping the sacred flame in Rome's shrine of Vesta burning. I take it you know who Vesta is? Vesta is the mother goddess of hearth and home, and the guardian of the Roman people.
Okay.
You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here? Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you?
Why? Okay.
You do? Well then, have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns. I know. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too. Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the Golden Rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just don't want to see that happen to you. So be careful, will you? Thank you. Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover any patterns. It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask? All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course. Well, you're not a citizen yet, so no, I'm afraid not. But if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election. By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing untoward, of course.
Okay.
As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk, but I suppose I could hold it sooner, if there's a good reason.
No, not really. Hold on.
As you wish. You can, assuming they're eligible and willing to accept the nomination. Certainly. Come back to me once you've acquainted...
Alright. Bye, Equitia. I got my flashlight. Yeah. These are all people. Minerva, the Roman goddess of strategy. Also known as that lady that ruined the plot of Assassin's Creed. Jesus, they just leave the statues around. It's kind of fucked up. Like, I get these. At least they're like in platforms and shit like that, right? But like, this? Like, this guy's clearly just a guy who just died. Also, if it's supposed to wipe everybody out, then how come we have golden statues of some people but not everybody? Don't steal anything, don't hurt anyone. Don't. Whoever wrote this didn't get a chance to finish, evidently. Ah, forum. This looks like the auditorium where I did my stage show. This place is big.
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad. Am I going to die?
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kinder than Sentius and let you out.
I hope so. Galerius, what happens when you die?
You're not going to die anytime soon, Dooley.
My mother told me when you die, a ferryman helps you cross a river and your spirit lives on in the underworld. Is that true?
Well, yes, but
Is it true that if you were good, you get to go to Elysium, but if you were bad, you get punished forever and ever in Tartarus?
something like that, but
If I die and go to Tartarus because they say I've been bad?
I'm not going to let that happen to you, Dooley. I promise.
Thank you, Galerius. Thank you.
Now, I have more work to do, but I'll visit you again soon, alright?
All right, Galerius. See you then.
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind? Alright, see you around.
Hello? Hello? My name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up. I don't know. I don't remember things so good. I think it's just because I was looking for treasure. Yes, but I wasn't. I was just looking. They said I did it more than once, but I can't remember things so good. Then they called me mean names. They called me a liar, Billy.
Liar, Billy.
Yes. They said I have to live here now, and gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you? You think you could read it for me?
Locked up to prevent him from trespassing. Incorrigible antisocial behavior arising from obsession with an alleged lost treasure. While I am sympathetic to your plight and the passing of your why did I say passing like that? Regarding Hannibal some weeks ago, I wish to impress upon you an important message. The treasure you seek does not exist. Given your memory limitations, it seems likely you have simply misremembered. More importantly, since you have on several occasions been caught trespassing, including around the cisterns, which are strictly off-limits to all citizens, I have reluctantly come to the conclusion that you are a liability to this community and must have your freedom limited, lest you break the golden rule. It is my hope that this letter will assist you to remember why you are incarcerated, should you experience further lapses in memory.
What does it say?
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Who the fuck was that?
My treasure! My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad. He said, if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find it. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns, but when I went up to the high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me, except my friend Galerius, and Ek, the priestess lady. She's a nice lady. Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot.
Fortune
Galerius
smile on
already
you, brother.
tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what. What about the rules? I don't want everyone to get in trouble because I was bad. Like Galerius. He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything.
Hmm.
If you help make him magistrate, he can get me out of here, and I can give you the key to my treasure. Hannibal said it was in the cisterns. I can't remember what it was, just that it was way up high and very precious. Bye-bye.
Ave again. Did you find what you need?
No.
Come back to me once you...
I did not do it duly. He's just... Where did Galerius go?
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the baths. Real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule. None of us do. The magistrate made us throw them all into the chasm. So now this man's bow is the only one in the city. You'll just have to improvise. Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over. What? We don't have time for this. I have to go. Ugh.
No.
The shrine is collapsing.
Oh my god. Well, shit.
Fabia, no! Oh God, she's dead. Did anyone see that? The whole shrine just collapsed on her. Oh, Fabia, why did you have to go in there? Poor sweet girl. I can't believe she is dead. Fabia, I mean. She walked into that empty shrine, and the next moment she is lying dead under a pile of rubble. The gods are cruel and unjust. She was like a daughter to me. I'm sorry, friend. It's not right for me to lay my burden upon you.
What's your story?
I can't believe she... The gods are cruel and unjust.
Okay. Oh. No. Jesus, look. Oh my god. Oh.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii."
There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly. Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day, or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out. I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up. Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying, but I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed, and he's in constant pain.
Who?
I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace. Thanks, I suppose. I'm Lucretia, and I'm good. Gladly. Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was Nevia, and she went a little mad. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife until she suddenly this changed the last, and then she's been. But he's become so irritable. I just. Thanks. Sure. Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it. Hemlock, I believe. I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas's villa, and they are quite secretive. Gladly. Well...
Okay. Alright, let's go fight him. Where are you?
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important. Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. You arrived on a sad day, friend. What with Julia's death? I wish we could have met under better circumstances. Well, I'm an architect. Or help out with repairs and try to stop. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history. Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake, and allows us to fish and farm. Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it. Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
Is it common for Romans to copy Greek art and architecture?
Well, yes, that could be the reason. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell. You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know. Of course. Oh, it means someone thinks I... Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company. Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not...
Romans don't care, though, I don't think.
I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for... what was it? Nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi. Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong. not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists. Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is, if these threats keep escalating...
Like the idea of calling Christians cultists.
...is going to cross a line and break the golden rule. What? Really? I'm glad you arrived when you did. Someone who lives or works in the forest. But if you find them, please don't hurt or Nice to talk to you. Any news about my secret admirer? Oh, that's all right. Well, Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the My vote isn't for... Nice to talk.
I gotta find, what's his face? Galliolius. I like that it's giving me, Oh. Okay, but... Is that Horatio?
What now? All right.
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're... Now. I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's going to take... maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell.
Okay.
That's good enough for me. Because Sentius put him there. Poor Dooley was just wandering around looking for some imagined... It's nonsense, of course. Dooley's the most harmless man. Gladly.
So no, he doesn't wanna...
Alright.
Okay. Oh god, the sun's gonna set. Galerius said if Malleolus drops out, he'll nominate himself. Okay. Let's take care of this shit then.
stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is? I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself to find and execute the cultist Quinctius for terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest. Is that understood? Thank you. Now tell me, who are you people, and what is this place? A small community. Ha! I was told Quinctius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult. Oh, don't play coy with me. I don't care if you're worshipping Bacchus, Magna Mater, or Christ. You lot are all the same to me. Always sneaking off to your secret sanctuaries, indoctrinating each other with your little mantras. The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up until now, but after what Quinctius did, those days are numbered. You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths to keep this place a secret? So you admit you're not allowed to leave.
Okay. Let's finish this little encounter, and then I have to leave for a second.
Threatening me is not going to help you, but in any case, that sounds an awful lot like a cult to me. And I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe? A distinction without a difference. You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get enough gold to make all these statues? You lot are practicing human sacrifice too. You people disgust me. Of course you'd say that, but that's what your kind do, isn't it? Our God told us to do it. It's all clear to me now. The secret sanctuary, the indoctrination, the mantra, the human sacrifice. You're cultists, there's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something with such zeal. They just can't see what they've become. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quinctius is. Do not waste it. Very well, here's what I know. He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes, one green and one blue. He's also known to have delusions of grandeur. The Emperor says he and his cult, your cult, are responsible for starting the fire which burnt half of Rome to the ground and killed thousands in the process. Who are you to challenge what the Emperor says? Were you there? Do you have spies and scouts all over Rome like he does? No, you do not. This is your last chance. Are you going to tell me where he is or not? Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words? There's a simple explanation for that. I lied. But if you want to know the truth before you die, here it is. Once I'm done with you and Quintius, I intend to kill every last one of you wretched degenerates. And I can think of nothing I'd enjoy more.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Ah. Interesting. Is it gonna load me up right then and there? In any case, we're done for right now. But that's fun. Okay, so it loaded me back up here. Anyway, we're gonna stop the game right here for now. And I'll come back maybe later for more, if anything. But for now, I guess. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe, take care, and peace out. Bye.